It's like candy. I can hear it when you talk. Even when you walk, it takes over me. Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the Michi from the Midwest podcast. I'm your host, Michi. I am the first millionaire in the Brooks bloodline. I want to take the time to say thank you for everybody that's tuning in. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Um, let's get into the show, man. I'm gonna come right off top and tell y'all with the UFC, I was dead ass wrong. I've been dead ass wrong from this UFC and with the whole Spence and Bud situation. I've been on the slump as far as calling these fights these last couple of weeks. But we'll get into that in a second. I do want to start the show off with the quote of the day. As I told y'all, I've been reading the daily stories every morning. And each one, if I read one during the week that really stand out to me, I just want to share it with people. And today's for August 20th, actually it was for August 22nd, was don't sweat the small stuff. And I just wanted to read out a little small part that really hit home for me, and I just wanted to share it with y'all. It says, if you give things more time and energy than they deserve, they're no longer lesser things. You've made them important by the life you've spent on them. And sadly, you made them the important things. Your family, your health, your true commitments, less so as a result of what you've stolen from them. So pretty much what that is saying is like, don't let the small shit in life take you away from your vision of what really matters. Like it says, your health matters. When it comes to your health, it's your body. You know how your body feels. If something feeling off, go to the doctor, get it fixed or get healed or whatever. But you need, like, you gotta have your health. Like, you only get one life, you get one body. You gotta take care of your body. As far as like your true commitments, if you committed, like in a committed relationship, committed to a job, committed to your goals, you can't let little shit bother you. Always go back to taking it back to work. You run across like rude people at work that try to fuck up your day, and you let that linger till you when you get home, and then you take it back to work the next day instead of you saying, you know what, fuck it. This shit don't pay my bills. These motherfuckers don't pay my bills. So stick to the plan. That's all it comes down to. Stick to the plan. Stick to your goals. Don't let nobody get in the way of that. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. That was one that really stood out to me this today. Well, this week. And like I said, that was again. I can't think of the author's name right now, but y'all been reading since the beginning. Actually, did I start? I actually started last November when I got the book, and I've been reading since November until so far since August, so I'm almost through the book. But let's get into the show, man. I'm gonna start this one off with a different topic that we're so used to in the basketball world, and that is the I know you always hear the comparison about who's the GOAT, like who's the GOAT, as far as like Michael Jordan or LeBron James. That's been the main topic. Me, I'm a Kobe guy. Before we go any further, happy birthday to my personal GOAT. Yesterday was his birthday, August 23rd. The greatest basketball player I've ever witnessed. I grew up, I've seen Michael Jordan dominate, but Kobe was my personal favorite, and that'll never change. So rest in peace to Kobe. He would have been 45. He'd have been 45 today, man. Still hard to think about that he's gone, and he didn't get to live out his life after basketball. But like it's just how life goes at times, man. We don't have everybody got an expiration date, and like I said, we don't know when our date is. We don't know what's gonna happen. All we can do is protect ourselves and try to live it to the fullest. But the topic came up that's been a hot topic over the week is Magic Johnson and Steve Curry. Stephen Curry, I said Steve Curry. Who is the point guard GOAT? Who is it? I looked into the numbers. I seen a great stat they popped up showing them side by side, and I can't remember how many years Magic played, but Curry is still playing. Just off top, to me, I feel like they two different. You comparing two different type of point guards. Now, if you think about it, The actual point guard in this situation is Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson could pass the ball, he could rebound, and he can assist. He can play every position from point guard all the way to center. When you say Curry's name, the first thing that comes to your mind is a three-point shooter. He is the greatest shooter of all time. At one point, I thought it was Reggie Miller. Then I thought it was Ray Allen. But Curry has made it clear that he is the best shooter of all time. And I think when it comes to these stats, it shows that Magic Johnson is the point guard GOAT. And also, earlier this week, maybe a day or so ago, Michael Jordan actually texted Stephen A. Smith, and he actually weighed in on this, and he said that Magic Johnson he's the point guard GOAT. But I just want to go into a couple of stats from what I've seen. Magic Johnson played 906 games. Now, if y'all do know the story, Magic Johnson ended up having AIDS. He had to retire. He came back for a little bit and retired again. I can't remember how many seasons he played, but he had 906 games so far. Curry has 882 games. Now, I'm going to just go back and forth with the stats right now. Magic Johnson averaged 19.5, Curry 24.6. He got him on points. Rebounds, Magic Johnson averaged 7.2, Curry averages 4.7. Assists, Magic Johnson 11.2, Curry 6.5. Steals, 1.9 for Magic, 1.6 for Curry. Field goals, 52% for Magic Johnson, 47% for Curry. 3 points, 30% for Magic Johnson. This is a no-brainer. Curry, 42%. Free throws, Magic Johnson, 84%, Curry, 90%. What else stands out? Magic Johnson's already a Hall of Famer. Clearly, Curry is a Hall of Famer as well, going into the Hall of Fame. As far as championships go, Magic Johnson has 5 championships. Curry has 4. First team All NBA, Magic has 9. Curry has 4. All NBA, Magic 10, Curry 9. MVPs is 3-2. Finals MVP is 3-1, and All-Star is 12-9. So, if you can see, I'm gonna have up in the corner this actual stats right here. If you look at what's in bold, it looks like Magic Johnson got it. And it's like, I wouldn't say a landslide, but it's literally almost a landslide. It's really no debate. So I think when it comes to that topic right there, I believe that Magic Johnson is the GOAT point guard. I don't think nobody's played a position better than him. Curry has evolved again because he made the point guards, everybody want to hit threes. You even got centers trying to shoot a damn three because of Curry. Now, Magic Johnson, he was a walking triple-double. He was doing what Russell Westbrook ended up doing, what Oscar Robertson was doing back in the day, but a more athletic guy, I would say. I'll take that back. I wouldn't say Magic's more athletic, but I think he's more involved and he could put the team on his back. We've seen where Curry has showed up big, and we've seen where he's let us down as far as his team and stuff. And even in the finals, I know a couple of years he played horrible in the finals, and they would still survive due to them having KD at the time when they had them for them 2 years in a row. But as far as that debate, I'm gonna side with Magic on this one. Let me know what y'all think. Who is the point guard GOAT? That'll be the question of the day as far as the sports go. I say Magic Johnson on that. I'm gonna keep it real. I gotta keep it real about that. What else did I want to get into? We got a little bit of boxing this week. A heavyweight bout that should have been different, but as you know, in boxing, in heavyweight division, it's like everybody get to ducking everybody at some point. The champ right now is Usyk. He is 20-0. 13 knockouts, 13 victories by knockouts, and Daniel Dubois is 19-1 with 18 knockouts. I think his only losses to Joe Joyce. I think he lost to him. He fucked up his eye. Couldn't see out that motherfucker, had to take a knee. I know they're running back sooner or later, but as far as this fight go, it should have been Usyk versus Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is, to me, I feel like he's clearly ducking him. He's going to fight Francis Ngannou that was in the UFC. It's a money grab fight, but still, it's like, dog, if you're gonna be the heavyweight champion, you got pretty much all the fucking belts. Put them on the line and stop fucking playing with the division. You holding the division up. If you scared of this man, they need to strip him of the title and let him go box whoever the fuck he want. Because it's clear that, like, when you get to a certain level, when you're undefeated at 20 plus fights, everybody's trying to hold on to that O. Like, anything under, I say anything under 20 wins in a row, some people gonna fight they can beat you. But once you get over that 20.0, you always gonna raise some eyebrows. But as far as the fight goes, I think Usyk is the better boxer. Daniel is he's a stockier guy. I think that he carries too much muscle, and he looks robotic at times. So I'm gonna say Usyk wins this one. I don't know if he will knock him out. So I'm gonna say Usyk wins by decision. I just think he'll outbox him because he's gonna be faster than he, quicker on his feet, easier to change up his angles on a bigger stiff ass dude like Dubois. So I'm gonna go Usyk to win. I'll say he wins about. Hell, he might wipe his nose and win about 11 out of the 12 rounds. But I'm gonna keep it fair. I'm gonna say I say he win about 8 or 9 rounds for this boxing match. I looked at the undercard, and honestly, I don't know none of them fighters on there, so we're not even gonna get into that. I just wanted to say that this fight goes down on Saturday. I'm not sure if they over out of the States with it or not, or if it's in the U.S. If it's in the U.S., obviously it's gonna be later on the night, about 8 or 9 Eastern. But if not, if it's overseas somewhere, this shit gonna probably kick off about 2 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it'd be one of the 2 o'clock type fights. So if you in the boxing, if you want to see a heavyweight fight, like I said, it's possible it could be a knockout. I'm pretty sure Dubois is a huge underdog. So I might put a couple dollars on him just to see. He might shock the world. You never know. But I don't see Usyk losing this fight. I can't see him losing more than 2 or 3 rounds. So yeah, that's all I got for as far as boxing goes. The next thing I wanted to get into was I guess I'll go with the UFC. Over the weekend, we had UFC 292, and it was like I said, I was wrong on a lot of fucking picks. I know that for a fact. But as far as the fight card go, it turned out pretty good. I think I did a prediction on 7 fights. I probably went 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure I went like 3 or 4 or some shit. But let's get into it. Let me see. Austin Hubbard versus Holloway. Holloway won by submission. I don't know if I did a prediction on that fight. I think I did on his next one. Or maybe I did. I did pick Hubbard. He ended up fucking losing. Gregory Rodriguez versus Dennis Tulubin. Gregory won that one. Knocked out in the first round. I said that he'll win that one. The next fight, the main event on the prelims, was Brad Tavares versus Chris Weidman. I had Weidman winning this. I thought he'd be able to take him down, but Tavares still looked young. Like, he looked fast on his feet, but then with Weidman coming back from the injury he did have, you can tell he was stiff in there. Tavares was out punching him, kicking the fuck out that same injured leg so he could barely walk on it. He had a couple of spots where it looked like he was going to take Brad out because he pretty much almost dropped him like 2 or 3 times possible, but he just couldn't get his hands on it. Brad was too swift for him, and at the end of that, I want to say during the press conference, Dana White said that he's begging Weidman to retire. He just said he looked horrible in there, and it's true. When you come back from breaking your leg like the way he did, like the injury he had, it's hard to get back in there and have that same confidence you had, because you might throw a kick or try to check a kick, and you back at square one again with a broken leg. And at this time, you break that same leg twice, you're going to have to look into retirement. So I understand it, but yeah, I had Weidman with that fight. He got his ass whooped. That shit wasn't even close. Moving on to the main card, we have, oh shit, I forgot about this one. Let me get back to it. The main card, we had, the first fight of the night was Marlon Vera versus Pedro Munoz. I'm pretty sure I said Vera on this one. I'm pretty sure I said Vera. He ended up winning by unanimous decision. He was just pacing Pedro up. Pedro was just too small. I did say that if Munoz was able to take him down and get a couple of takedowns, he could possibly win the fight, but he just, Chico was just too long for him. His reach the reach was insane for that division. So it was nothing he could do with that fight. He stayed in there, he didn't get knocked out or nothing, but it went to decision. I had him win that one. Damon Blackshear versus Mario Batista. Batista won round 3, unanimous decision. This next fight was Neil Magny versus Ian Gary. I had Neil Magny win this. I thought that he would be the one that can stop Ian Gary from talking all this crazy shit by taking him down and laying on him, beating on him and some shit. And it was the total opposite. Ian Gary, like, he the real deal. I gotta admit, he looked real good against a vet, like, as far as Neil Magny goes, because Neil Magny's not no slouch. You can put him in there with anybody in the top 15 that he's going to give them a run for their money at some point. But this night, it just looked like Gary had the crowd with him. And he bought it to him. He dropped him a couple times. Every time he dropped him, he was screaming at him, like telling him to get the fuck up, kicking him in his ass, kicking him in his stomach, all type of shit, man. He kicked it. That motherfucker was kicking this dude in the ankles and making him fall. Like it was pretty bad. Like, he beat up on her old head. They definitely don't respect each other, because I thought that they like dab each other up or something. They said like it's entertainment, but nah, he said fuck. Like, he flipped him off like fuck you, and they left it at that. But Neil Magny found out the hard way. Like, stop talking crazy to these young dudes coming up in the UFC game. Like, some of these young dudes will get on your ass, and that's exactly what happened. So I was wrong in that one as well. Co-main event was Weili versus Amanda Lemos. I had Weili winning this one, and she beat the fuck out of Amanda. I want to say that at one point, I want to say like 3 rounds in, was it 3 rounds in? 3 rounds in, Weili was outstriking her 100 plus strikes to like 3 or 4 strikes, literally 3 to 4 strikes. It was nothing she could do. I thought Lemos was, she was the bigger fighter. Well, not the bigger fighter, the longer fighter. Like, usually with longer fighters, they can get their kicks off. They can find out where they jab placement to keep them from getting in close on them. And Weili, she wasn't worried about none of that shit. She just went in on attack mode, beat her ass, put her on the ground, beat up on her. And yeah, she gave her a pretty good ass whooping. But I had Weili winning that one. She won that one unanimous decision. And then for the main event, we had Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling. Man, what a fight. I called this fight. I thought Sterling was going to win this. I thought that Sterling would be able to take O'Malley down because he lacks takedown defense. And that first round, they pretty much went at it. I can't remember if he shot for a takedown or not. I got him down for a little bit, and beat up on him a little bit, on O'Malley, that is. But second round came around, and O'Malley hit this motherfucker with something like a Mack truck. Smacked him right in his fucking head. Sterling dropped ass up, and was scrambling on the ground. O'Malley jumped on him, punched him up, had his whole eye leaking, and just beat the fuck out of Sterling, man. I don't know what happened to him that night. I know he got caught because he got caught coming in. He tried to go a little too low, and O'Malley was already unloading on his ass. But we got a new champ. Sean O'Malley, the Sugar Show has finally started. He got a lot of call-outs after this fight. I know Cheetah Vera is the only one that beat him so far. Due to the injury, he was still able to get him out of there with the knockout because he couldn't continue. He couldn't put no pressure on his leg. But I know Cheetah called him out. But O'Malley, for some reason, said, I'm not really worried about him. I want to fight Gervonta Davis, the boxer. Like, I don't know what the fuck made him say that. Like, I know, like, with UFC, like, with these stars they start building, some of them start doing crack. Like, if y'all remember, Bones Jones did coke a couple of years ago, probably like 5-6 years ago, and he's back in UFC. It's obvious that Sean O'Malley is on some type of illegal drug. I don't know if you're on that shit that Aaron Rodgers had, that shit that Willie Nelson had, or that shit that Ronald Reagan put out in the streets back in the 80s, but O'Malley's on some shit. I don't think he would stand a chance with Tank Davis. Tank will beat the fuck out of him, and mind you, this is a boxing match. You can't do no kicks, none of that. You got the power in the UFC, but you got Tank as a dog. He's a boxer. This is what he do for his life. I understand you an MMA guy, but the shit that you do in MMA, you can't do in boxing. The only thing you can take from there is a stand-up game in boxing. He's too small, man. I think that he would break O'Malley down. He'd probably play with him for like 2 or 3 rounds just to entertain, but he'd fuck around and drop him with a body shot and had that motherfucker on the ground pissing blood or something. So I think O'Malley need to chill out. I think him and Cheetah need to run it back. Since Cheetah just pulled off a fight against a number, I think Munoz was number 5 maybe. I think it was like 4 or 5 possibly. So they need to run that back. So I would say O'Malley needs to fight Cheetah Vera next. Stay far the fuck away from Tank. Tank just got out of jail from violating probation. Leave that man the fuck alone. So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Overall, it was a great card. Like I said, I went 3 for 4. We do got a UFC fight night this week, so I'm gonna try to redeem myself and have a better week as far as these predictions I want to get. So again, this is the UFC fight night, headlined by Max Holloway and John Song Won. I'm gonna just go over the main card because I ain't really seen nothing on the prelims that I like. So I'll do a prediction on UFC fight night. We got in the heavyweight division, Parker Porter 14-8 versus Junior Tafa 4-1. I'm gonna go with Tafa in that one. I don't see him fight Porter's a big ass dude, but I think Tafa got some power and he's gonna be way too quick for him. I'm gonna call this a knockout. I can see this a heavyweight match. They usually only go 1 round, so I'm gonna say Tafa by knockout. Next fight we got on here is Aaron Blanchfield 11-1 versus Talila Santos 19-2. This is the flyweight in the women's division. I'm gonna go with Santos to win this one. I think I've seen more of her fights. I haven't really seen Blanchfield. I think I've seen 1 or 2 of Blanchfield fights. But as far as this fight, I'm gonna go with Santos on that one. This is Rinya Nakamura 7-0 versus Fernie Garcia 10-3. Nakamura is undefeated. I've never seen either one of these dudes fight. I'm gonna go with Nakamura on that one if I had to take a pick. Next fight on this card is Giga Chekadazi 14-3 versus Alex Bruce Leroy Carreras 21-13. This is a featherweight fight. Bruce Leroy has actually been looking good over these last 1 or 2 years. He's been able to pull off a nice little win streak. I think at one point he went on a 5-fight win streak. He always has trouble with the top 10 guys. So I'm not sure if Giga is ranked, but I'm pretty sure he is. He might be number 10. So I'm leaning towards him. I'm gonna go with him to win this one. Co-main event, we have Anthony Smith 36-18 versus Ryan Superman Spain 21-8. I'm gonna go with Spain to win this one. I think he can get Anthony Smith out of here with a knockout. Anthony Smith, he done pulled off a couple of nice wins lately. He was on a nice streak, but he was beating up on people that was leaving the UFC, like Rashad Evans, Shogun Hua. Like, he was beating on the old legends about to get the fuck out the game. So Ryan Spain, I think he's a bigger guy. I think Ryan Spain is like 6'6". Anthony Smith not a small guy either. He's like 6'4", 6'5". But I think Spain is gonna be able to put more pressure on him, and he'll get him out of there with a knockout. So I'm gonna go Ryan Spain with that one. And the main event, we have the Korean Zombie 17-7 versus Max Holloway 24-7. I'm gonna go with Holloway on this one. This is my brother's favorite fighter, so I'm gonna go with the Bless Express train. Because I'm rocking with him. So I'll go with Holloway to win that. So again, my picks for the card will be, I got Junior Tafa, Talia Santos, Ryu Nakamura, Giga Chekadazi, Ryan Spain, and Max Holloway. That is my final predictions for the card. Tune in for UFC Fight Night this Saturday. It's going to be a solid card. Moving on, the next thing I wanted to get into, I've been watching a little bit of AEW. As y'all know, I'm a wrestling fan. I usually stick to WWE for like as far as like Raw and SmackDown. I watch the pay-per-views, but I've been trying to give AEW I've been trying to give them a chance. Like they got a lot of WWE or people that used to be on all these other promotions that be coming here. If they all make it to WWE, they end up on AEW. The Cons dude, they got some bread, so they pay these boys straight out. So I just want to get into the card. I actually see a lot of good matches on here because like I said, I've been watching recently, and like I said, they've been looking pretty good. So the first match is Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. This is going to kick off the pre-show of the AEW All In. As far as prediction goes, I'm going to go with, I can see MJF and Adam Cole winning these belts to keep them as a tag team because they've been gold working with each other so far. So I'll go with MJF and Adam Cole to win. Next fight is Eddie Kingston, Penta El Zero, and Best Friends versus Blackpool Combat. That's Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta, Santana, and Ortiz in the Stadium Stampede match. I think out that fight, I think Blackpool Combat should win that one. They look like they got a better team. There's no reason that they should lose this. I think it's gonna be close because if you know like the history with how Eddie Kingston and John Moxley pretty much best friends now, enemies or whatever. They don't even fuck with each other no more. So I'm gonna go with Blackpool for that one. This next fight, I think it's gonna be a fight that surprisingly at Chris Jericho's age, he's still putting on great fights at times. And he's getting in there with a young dude that everybody considers a top 5 wrestler in the entire world, Will Ospreay. So it's going to be Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. I see this being a great match, but I think Will Ospreay should win this one. Like I said, he's a top 5 guy. I know Jericho, great career, Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. But Will Ospreay, that dude, man. So I'm going to go with Will Ospreay. Next fight, we got the Golden Elite. That's Coda, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Adam Page versus Bullet Club Gold. Bullet Club Gold. Oh, Juice Robinson, Jay White, and Takashita. Whatever the fuck his name? Takashita, some shit. This fight, I'm gonna go with the Golden Elite. I think Kenny Omega and Adam Page, they're the better guys in this fight, so I'm gonna go with the Golden Elite to win that one. Next fight we got on here is Darby Allin and Sting versus Strickland and Christian Cage, aka Christian. Damn. With Sting being a vet, being 60 plus years old, still out here giving these young dudes a run for their money. I know they taking it easy on him, but it's still great to see him out there. I can see them pulling this win off. I'm gonna go with Darby Allin and Sting and win that one. Next fight is House of Black versus the Acclaim with Billy Gunn. This is for the AEW World Trios Championship. If they stick to the storyline, I believe that the Acclaim and Billy Gunn are going to win these trios titles. They were hot. They've been hot, a hot team, tag team. Since they really came into the AEW. They won the tag team title and lost them. I think now with how the storyline's been with Billy Gunn saying he took his boots off and pretty much retired, for him to come back a couple of weeks later and them challenging for the belts tells me that House of Black gonna lose this fight. They ain't got nothing to lose because they'll win it back at some point. But I'm gonna go with the Acclaim and Billy Gunn and win this one. Next fight we got is FTR versus the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team titles. This might be the match of the night, if not the top 2 match of the night. I'm gonna go with, it's been a lot of crazy stuff that happened, so I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks to win this one. And the reason why I say that is because one of the dudes, Dash Wheeler, one of the tag team champs on FTR, he just had an incident where he, I think he was drinking and he pulled out a gun or some shit in traffic. And I think that they might make them take a little bit of time off or let it die down for a little bit because the other one, I can't think of his name. I'm bad with names. But the other dude both of them solid as single wrestlers, but I can see them dropping the belts just for a little bit of time, just to discipline him for getting in trouble on they watch, on AEW watch. Cause that's part of the game. If you get to doing all type of shit like we've had Jeff Hardy and a lot of these wrestlers that did some crazy shit with drugs and guns, all type of shit, and there's got to be some type of disciplinary act that has to happen. So I can see Young Bucks winning this, and like I said, it's not a bad look because Young Bucks is the first tag team of AEW, so why wouldn't they win the belts back at some point? Next fight we got Hikaru Shida, the champ, Toni Storm, Saraya, and Britt, what's her name? Britt Baker for the AEW's women's title match. I think Britt Baker will win this one. She was the last person included in this match. She hasn't had a belt for a while now. They're trying to build her back up to be the #1 woman wrestler. So I'm gonna go with Britt Baker to win that one. The co-main event on AEW All In is CM Punk versus Samoa Joe for the Real World Championship. This one, I'm still not understanding what CM Punk is saying as far as this title, because when he left to step away for a minute, he lost the belt in a squash match to Dean Ambrose. Clearly lost the belt, but some reason he took this angle. I know he used it in WWE it made sense then. I'm pretty sure it made sense, but now in AEW, you said nobody's ever pinned him or whatever, this and that. So he pretty much put a big ass X on. Said this is the real world title. So AEW's running with it. I don't know if this is something that there's got to be some shit that he got in his contract where he can make his own scenarios and type of matches he want to make, create control over his matches and stuff. So I'm guessing it's dope because him and CM Punk and Samoa Joe been fighting over the years. Rivalry from back in the days, they ring and honor days and stuff when they first started out. I don't think they met on WWE. I don't think so. Impact, nah. They got a long history with each other, like 10, 15 years. I'm not sure who's up, but I see CM Punk winning this because if he's going to hold on to that belt, it only makes sense for him to have to fight the actual champ for the belt, and that's when they can bury this real world championship belt. Because I'm pretty sure it's not going to stick around after he loses the belt to somebody. I don't know who yet. Main event, we got early in the match. These MJF is a champ. This is for the AEW World Championship. MJF versus Adam Cole. Now, if you heard before, I said in the kickoff show, they're fighting for the tag team titles. So I can see them winning those titles just to keep them hot. And with them being the tag team champion, going into the world title match, tag team champ versus tag team, like the tag team versus each other, and they're going for the belt. I think MJF, everybody's starting to love him now. At first they didn't like him because he was the heel, but I can see him retaining this. But then again, I can see it going the other way, because if Adam Cole was to win the belt, y'all still got to deal with each other because y'all tag team, and this can set up another match where this could probably, they could make a nice little angle out of this. So just to keep it going, I'm gonna say Adam Cole pulls off the upset. I think he could. It won't even be an upset, but I believe that Adam Cole can win the belt and they remain tag team champions. So that's the card for AEW All In. We'll get into those results next week. The next thing I wanted to talk about was a little bit of news over the weekend, man. It's always a tough subject for me because I hate death is not death is a touchy subject to talk about, but death is a part of life. Like, you literally have a born date and you have a death date. Someday that we all must go, and it's just about the way that we go, the way that we do leave this earth. You never know what's gonna happen, but I don't want to get into the details just because I want to show respect to the family. But I just want to say rest in peace to Corey from my hometown, Danville, Illinois. we lost a good guy over the weekend. I said I don't want to get into the details, but this young man was married. He has a daughter. It always hit homes for me because I got a daughter. I couldn't imagine not living life without her. And just to know that he's no longer here, that his daughter never see him again, it hurt, man, because I know, like I said, I don't want to get into personal business, but I've been around him. I've seen his interaction with his child, and I said it's a beautiful thing, man. And just like with his wife, the way he loved his wife, the way that he did and does love his wife, it's just a sad story. I was gonna say it made me my eyes water, man, because I said it's a touchy situation, but I just want to send prayers to his family. Like I said, I didn't want to get into no details. I would never do that that's not what my platform is for. I just want to show my respect and say rest in peace to Corey. Great dude. I never had no problem with him. He was a good dude. Great friend of my brother. One of those dudes that, like, with me being 2 years older than my brother is more outgoing than me. I speak more than myself. My brother has more friends. He's more talkative than me. But I know, like, that's one of them dudes I say, I'm like, bro, like, he fuck with you. Like, he look up to you, he fuck with you. So, like, I always hate to see these young dudes go, man. Like, it's just a tough subject, man. But like I said, I just want to say rest in peace to him and prayers to his family. You will be missed, man. I just want to pay my respects. So rest in peace to Corey, man. Moving on with the show, I just wanted to make sure I spoke on that. Another topic I wanted to talk about right quick was another hot topic was the Glorilla. If y'all know, she's a rapper from Memphis, signed to CMG with G.o.a.t. She recently came out and made a video with one of her homegirls saying that to women, in your 20s, you should be toxic. So for your 20s, from 20 to 29, use them years to be toxic, do what you want, live your life, and then when you get to 30, you need to settle down and find that right person, or whatever, if you want to get married and all that stuff. And my opinion, like I'm always gonna give my personal opinion on that, and that's what I want to know. What side are y'all on? Do y'all believe that you should be toxic in your 20s? And this can go for dudes too, honestly. As far as toxic goes, when I think about the word toxic, it just means like not good for you, something that you shouldn't be doing. A toxic female, like if you've been in a toxic relationship, it's like y'all can't be without each other, but you know y'all not good for each other. That's just as basic as it gets. Y'all know y'all not good for each other, but y'all still fucking around. Y'all still saying y'all love each other. Next minute y'all hate each other. That's toxic. For my opinion, like if I could go back to my 20s, I'm 36 now. If I go back to my 20s, my 20-year-old self, that I would say ain't no fucking way. I would say in my 20s, instead of being toxic, and this is for the ladies too, because I want to talk directly to them. If you in your 20s, your priority should not be being toxic, busting out niggas' cars, doing all this. It's simple. In a relationship, or if you fucking around with somebody, if they step out on you, if they do something you don't like, you can walk away from the situation. There's no need to bust out that car and get your ass put in jail for 30 days. There's no reason to cuss out his mama because that's not who you're in a relationship with. It's not cool to get on social media and, oh yeah, he got a little dick and all this shit, he is a two-pump chump. Like, it's always all this shit after the situation. Like, this man, first of all, we've seen the posts. We've seen you talk about he's the best thing that ever happened to you. And now, a couple years later, you say he ain't shit. That's toxic. If I understand, like, everybody's not who you think they are, but once you start seeing those signs, why the fuck are you standing around? So if I was to say anything to the 20-year-old range from 20 to 29 is stack your money up. Don't get in no serious relationship if you're not ready. Like in my 20s, I would say live your life, like go on dates. If you find somebody that's worth it, then y'all go forward with that. But don't settle for no toxic shit. Don't be going around wasting your time with somebody when it's literally a million other people you could meet in life in so many other states. Get out your state. Put it like this: next time you're in a toxic relationship, once that shit ends, take your ass on a vacation somewhere, any state you ever want to go to, for just like a week, and watch how many different people you're gonna meet. This goes for men. If a man is not in a relationship, it goes to a different state for a week, he's gonna meet about 20, 30 different women he's gonna love. Just like a woman, she's gonna see more attractive when a man or somebody might catch her attention that the person that you just was with, being toxic with, was a waste of your fucking time. And now that's time that you can't get back. So, like I said, I know Glorilla, I know what she's a young rapper. But this goes back to the rap game. Like, as far as rap culture, with our music, we get so stuck in the music at times. Like, if a female is talking about, like, if she's rapping about being toxic and shit, and you go do that, that's on you. Because sometimes, I don't even think, like, some of these rappers, as you can see, they don't get about that same shit they be rapping about. So she might be telling y'all to go be toxic, whole time she in love, madly in love, about to have a baby with a nigga. And she telling you to go be toxic. Now you looking stupid as fuck because you listen to what Glorilla said. You let her inspire you to do some bullshit. So that's all I wanted to say, man. In your 20s, man, if I could go back in time, like I said, I can't live my life for nobody, but I'm gonna teach my child as a girl, as you come up in this world, you keep your focus on what you gotta focus on. Whatever you want to be in life, your mom and dad, your brother, we're gonna support you and we're gonna push you toward it. We're gonna be pushing you toward that. We not letting no toxic shit go down. Like I said, as a father, I'm not going for that shit. I know I can't put no time limit on when my daughter gonna date and all that shit. Like I said, she's only about to. I'm talking about when she gets to a teenager. Best believe you gotta meet me. And ain't no getting through to me, man. She gonna know everything I know. Like I said, I've had great people in my life as far as relationships, and I've had bad relationships. But over these years, I've learned on how to be a better person. And I'm going to be that perfect image for her. I got to set that standard for her. As she grows up, like I said, people don't know me personally, but like I said, I have to set that example for her. So what she sees out of me is what she's going to want. That's what I believe. So, I mean, I said, we'll see how life goes, but I said, man, if you're in your 20s, man, stack your money up, stack up as much as you can, and don't waste your time. Like I said, just go on dates and stuff. Don't settle down and get into no toxic relationship. And if you're in a toxic relationship, you overdue. Get the fuck out of it. Go on a trip. Go meet some new people. Give somebody else a chance. Something. Go be celibate for a year or some shit. Like I said, I've done that. I've been celibate for a year. About 7 years ago, I was celibate for a whole year. I just went on dates and stuff. And like I said, it helped me out a lot. But like I said, I'm not perfect, man. Like I said, I know, like, shit happens. But I'm not no toxic person. I'm not going to try to keep somebody if it's not meant to be. So that's all I wanted to say on that situation. Moving on, I wanted to get into a little bit of music. Over the week, we had a tape drop, Music-Est Gee, El Toro 2. We're getting that to us right now. I just wanted to go over the playlist. I want to say he has 20 songs on there. Out of the 20 songs, I'm not listening to the whole tape again. I think I'll listen to it 2 or 3 times already. As far as features go on here, he got one with G.o.a.t. G.o.a.t, Lil Baby, Static Major, 4-2 Dub. And I thought he had Future on this motherfucker. Not that one, Future. Rilo Rodriguez are the features on this tape. L2. As far as my favorite 5 songs on here, I would go with Double XL, Toast, I Like, what's the other one? It Is with Rilo, and probably number 11, not just because of my name, but Meech. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Meech from Detroit, Big Meech. That's me. Number 11. Number 11? Yeah, number 11. But out those 20 songs, I'm going to give the tape a run again. Like I said, I've listened to it 2 or 3 times already. The tape was fire. I liked it. Those were my favorite 5 songs up there. Double XL, Toast, I Like, what was the other one? It Is, and Meech. Them was my favorite 5 on there again. is El Toro 2 by G.o.a.t Gee, streaming on all platforms. Y'all go check that out if y'all looking for some new music to ride to, work out to, or just vibe to. Check it out. The other thing I want to say as far as we on this music topic is Drake drops tomorrow, they said. This tape is called, what was it called? Only for My Dogs or some shit. It'll be dropping tonight, so if that's the case, I'll listen to it tomorrow morning as soon as I get to work to give it a rundown. And that would be what the music we'll talk about next week. But overall, man, like I said, there's been some good music put out over this second half of the year. I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of the year play out. Somebody I would want to see drop, I really want to see J. Cole drop some new shit. I want to see my boy Wale drop some shit. And I know Raheem Devon, as far as R&B goes, I know he dropped some shit earlier this year. I wouldn't mind him dropping again. Like, he might fuck around and drop a little nice little tape later on in the year. So that's all I had for music. The next thing I wanted to get into was, I just wanted to be brief on the Shy. As y'all know, every week I'm gonna be going over the episodes. We are currently on episode number 3 of season 6. Just to start it off, I'm gonna go over the summer pretty much. Keisha and Emmett just moved into their new house. They have a housewarming party. They invited all their peoples over. I'm trying to think how the show started out. I'm pretty sure Nook is with Douda. He's one of his runners or whatever. He finally apologized to Keisha for not picking her up from the bus station. That she ended up getting kidnapped. That last season or 2 seasons ago, she got kidnapped and ended up getting pregnant by this person that kidnapped her. And he just now apologized to her, and he was pretty much saying like it took him a while to like be man enough to say why he apologized for not picking her up because it would have never happened. And she accepted the apology. Emmett, as far as what this scene right here goes, he's seen them talking in the hallway, so he didn't know what it's about because they really don't fuck with each other like that. But Emmett, Douda ends up showing up at the party, at the housewarming, and like the party just went dead. Like, don't nobody fuck with him, pretty much. They know he's a piece of shit, so they look at him like, fuck you, what is he doing here? He shows up, they don't know that he's the one that got him at the house in the first place. Only Emmett and Keisha and pretty much know that. But Douda shows up and gives him a housewarming gift, and it's a gun. So with this gun, Emmett sees it like, dog, like, I don't need no gun. And Douda said like, no, you need this for protection, man. You got a wife, you got kids, you gotta protect your people. And Emmett's like, dog, I don't need it, man. So he's like, you know what? You being disrespectful, just keep the damn gun. It's a present, it's a housewarming gift. You're supposed to accept it because it's a gift. So that's where they at with it. What's his name? Derek, what's it? What is Emmett's dad name? Let me see some. What the fuck is his name? It starts with I'm tripping right now. Darnell, Emmett's dad, Darnell, sees them have a conversation, he sees the box or whatever, taking off to Emmett's room and sees that it's a gun. Daryl goes to approach Douda and tells him like, look, I see the present you gave my son, he don't need no fucking gun. Next time you try some shit like that, I'm gonna put this motherfucker in your head, I'm gonna kill you my damn self. Because you playing with my child. So Daryl trying to be the father that he never was. At the time, he's trying to be a better man since he's with his mom and all that shit. And it looked like Daryl and Douda, they shit. Emmett doesn't know that this happened, so like he played it off, making sure everything, like just trying to play shit smooth or whatever. So that's all that happened with that as far as them, they go. Keisha ends up asking Emmett, like, what was you to do that time? Like, what was the present and stuff? And he told him it was some cigars or something. And she was like, dog, you don't even smoke cigars. Like, fuck what you talking about? Why did you want it? And he kept at that. He said, like, he gave me some cigars and stuff, not knowing it was a gun. So Emmett asked Keisha, yo, what was you and Buddy talking about? And he was like, Nuke, what was you and Nuke talking about? He was like, she lied to him. So pretty much now they, for y'all to be trying to work on a relationship, trying to build each other trust, y'all lying to each other about some petty shit. Because y'all, it's like y'all can tell that y'all lying. That's some toxic shit right there too. If you know that I'm lying and I know you lying, so we just gonna fucking around. We just gonna lie to each other. Fuck it. Let's call a spade for spade. We gonna keep it even. So they having their trust issues right now. They don't know like why everybody lying to each other, whatever. That was all that was going on with them. As you know, Lene's brother Jamal came back out of prison, and he's pretty much trying to tell her to slow down on fucking with Bakari because he's Douda Ya employee, like he's a runner. He's doing shit he ain't supposed to be doing, and she don't want to see. The brother don't want to see his little sister heart get broke, and she don't want him to get caught up in no mix with his shit or whatever. And Bakari is trying to tell her like, I know what I'm here for, I know what I'm doing, but I got you, like I'm not gonna let you down, and I'll get out of this to be with you or whatever. So he's trying to show that he like her, but at the same time he gotta make his money, and this is the only way he sees himself making money at the moment. Rob tried to make some inquiries about Q's death, about his uncle's death, and he really didn't get too much information. And let me see, what else? The last thing I remember on here was Tiff and Emmett was reminiscing on moving out the house or whatever. They had the boys over, and the boys was over at the house with Keisha and them, and the older son told the baby brother, stop acting like a bitch. And they got to cracking up laughing, like they found it funny, like, dog, you laughing, but these little kids up here cussing and stuff. I don't approve of that because I don't want to pass it off on our kid, you feel me? On passing off to our kid, our youngest child, Keisha's youngest child, even though he's a baby. As you get older, if you see your other brother, you're gonna do the same thing, pick up those bad habits. So Keisha was pretty much saying like, I don't like them cussing. I think y'all need to slow down on the music y'all listen to, and the rap music y'all listen to, and like Tiffany and Keisha get into a little bit. It's like, dog, like y'all need to watch like the music y'all listen to because they gonna be saying it. So Tiff tell like, dog, these ain't your fucking kids. I'm out. They take the kids back to the crib, and on the way there, the music, they listen to rap music, they cussing and stuff. They look back and see the youngest son nod his head and probably like mimicking saying the shit that that the rapper's saying on the song. They turn it off or switch to a different song. So it seemed like they gonna fix that, and that's how it should be. Like if y'all got kids together, whatever, it's all about kids. It should never be personal about this person moving on and you moving on. Both of y'all have moved on. Y'all got your own relationships. Y'all take care of y'all kids. Make sure y'all putting 100% in them. What this person got going on, what these couples got going on, they ain't got shit to do with you. Just focus on your own. Keep y'all kids first. So that's pretty much all what happened in the episode. Did I see what was going on next in the next one? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure, like, unless you watch it live, because we watching it on demand, I don't think they've been showing previews, like, right after the show. So I'm going to have to catch the next preview. It might be on, it should be on YouTube. Yeah, probably on YouTube or some shit now. But I'll check on that soon. What else did I have for y'all? Next thing I had, as we get closer to wrapping up the show, I'm going to check out some of this preseason football they got going on. Let's do a little stock talk real quick. As I tell y'all, I just want to like break out and stuff on like the terms that they use in the stock game. And I'm just starting with the basics. Last week I told you about the buying power. That's pretty much like your bank account in whatever, like you got Robinhood or E-Trade or whatever, Ameritrade, whatever it's called. I got Robinhood, so you use that as your personal bank account for buying power. When you see a stock you like, you can just transfer it out. If you want to transfer your money to your actual bank account to get cash, you can do that as well. But the word for this week we're using is the ticker. I told y'all about this before. A ticker is pretty much how you look up the company. So Wells Fargo, their ticker is WFC. So if you were to type that in on Google, it's gonna pop up Wells Fargo. It's gonna show you the price of the stock, that what it currently is right now. So I just want to tell y'all, like as always, go over the top my 5 stocks right now that I'm currently invested in. Starting with number 5, Starbucks. Starbucks is at $94.85. Amazon is at $131.80. The physical gold S-Gold ETF share is $18.34. Wells Fargo is $41.42. And the number 1 stock for me is Apple. Apple is at $176.30. Now I just posted these. If I remember the time, it was about 5 p.m. It was after the stock market closed today. Apple shot back up to like 181 or something. Like it went up like back up like $5. It's a slow month. Like I told y'all, from the research I've been doing and what I've heard of like the podcasts and stuff I listen to or investing, August and September is the worst time for stocks. So I'm gonna just keep going. I'll tell y'all the prices weekly, but as we get back to the good months, you will see how it slowly starts to increase, and a lot of these stocks just jump straight up. So to me, like right now, that's what I'm doing. Every Friday, I'm buying stocks. I'm taking it while it's at the dip because at some point it's gonna shoot back up. I'm that confident in it. I've done my research. Like I said, what I did is I'll go back a year to see how they perform, 5 years, and then I backtrack all the way to the all-time. And every stock that I've been into so far is above, like in the positive on the return. So those are the top my 5 stocks for the week. As we wrap up the show, I want to get into the top 5 for the week. Y'all know I'm on Madden 24. I wanted to say Madden 24. So far, the top 5 teams, I believe the top 5 teams on Madden are, if you play online or if you play against people, 9 times out of 10, you're going to play one of these 5 teams. The Jets, and I'm going to just tell you, like, why people picking them. Pretty much the Jets, they got Dalvin Cook, Breece Hall, they got a power running back for Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback. You got wide receivers, Lazard, Miko Hardman, Garrett Wilson, Randall Cobb, a vet. You got all these wide receivers. The defense is stacked. Them motherfuckers is dogs on there. I played with the Jets. I had like 5 touchdowns, 200 plus yards with Dalvin Cook. I really just had to run the ball with him. He a dog on there. The other team, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts outside the pocket, it's no catching this dude, man. You can quarterback spot. I had quarterback spot on both my defense end, and he run right past them motherfuckers. Like, it ain't no stopping Jalen Hurts on this game. The defense is loaded, especially on, like I said, as a Madden player. Y'all know, like, if you got them superstar and the X factors on your defense at multiple positions, you in for a world of hurt. Like, that's you the team that's gonna win 9 times out of 10. On the user, it always comes down to the user. But a solid Madden player is gonna dog you with the Eagles. The other one is Bills. Buffalo defense is solid, but I think mainly it's Josh Allen, 99 throw power. He can complete any fucking pass. You gotta literally try to force the pass to get through for it to be a bad pass to get picked off or some shit. Miami Dolphins, they got too much speed. They got Tua as a quarterback. They got a couple of running backs, and they got Waddle and Tyreek Hill at the receiver. Shout out for Dan Illinois, Trent. No, I'm tripping. I'm tweaking. Trent is on the Buffalo Bills, so I take it back. They got Diggs. They got Trent. You can put him in the slot. He a baller on that game. Like I said, if you know how to play Madden, you can use anybody. But like he's solid in the slot position on there. And with Gabriel Davis, and Diggs on the outside, you got Trent in at the slot there. They nice on there. Who else did I say? The Dolphins got Waddle with 98 speed and Tyreek Hill with 99 speed. So you literally got to drop back 20 yards off the height. If the people not running, if it's a throw, they throwing deep, it's going to be the Hill or Waddle. So that's a crazy 1-2 punch right there. And the last team on here I've been seeing a lot of people play with is the Cowboys. The Cowboys now, they don't have Ezekiel. I know he's a power back on there. But now they got Pollard starting. His speed is like 95 or some shit. He's fast as fuck. Lamb get open every fucking on any play, he's getting open. You gotta literally double team him. Michael Parsons coming out, if you put him on the line, he's coming off that bitch fast as shit. You put him in linebacker, he's picking off everything. Diggs, you got Diggs and Gilmore back there. Also, you got Brandon Cooks on as a deep threat that go with Lamb. You can use Lamb as a possession receiver and Brandon Cooks as a deep route. And like I said, them the toughest teams on there right now. So for this week, I'm gonna say these are the top 5 teams to play with. That everybody's playing one in the community, and next week I'll probably go into the top 5 that everybody's avoiding playing. Like I know me and my brother, we do randoms, and my homies, we do randoms. Them top 5 teams right there is the ones you're going to play with. The ones I announced next week is going to be completely ass. Also, I want to say I ended up decided to stick around for my other league, so I'll be streaming those on Twitch. I'm going to try to get it to where I can do it on Facebook. You know, I just couldn't figure it out. But I do be doing, if y'all have, check out my page. I got the top 5s every week. Every week I'm going to drop a top 5 of my top 5 plays of the week. If it's somebody that I'm planning to get a good playoff on me, I'm going to put that on there. It's not all about me. I'm giving exposure to the people I'm playing as well. But most of it's going to be me because I'm the Madden GO.A.t. And I'll leave it at that. Anybody want to get a game in? Gamer tags BT217. I'm on Xbox. Don't get to saying, oh man, you should get the PlayStation. No, nigga. It's crossplay now. I've been whooping PlayStation dudes as everybody on PlayStation 5 be getting their ass whooped. I think I'm undefeated against the PlayStation people. Xbox, y'all been giving me a run. It just depends on what team I play with. I've been playing with the Titans and the Bears. Like I said, with my other league, my baller league, shout out to BFAR, BFAR league that I've been in for 10 years. I have the Bears in that league, and then the other league, I ended up getting a 32nd fucking pick, and they left me the goddamn Rams. So I got the Rams. I think with this team, the best people they got on there is Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald. I'll most likely try to trade them while they still hot and just rebuild the team, because I'm going to have to rebuild them anyway, and try to find a way to unload Matt Stafford. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all this week, man. Again, a lot of sports going on, UFC Fight Night, boxing going on. Stay away from that toxic shit. As I was saying on the topic with a good guy losing his life over the week, like I said, stay aware of your people. The people that you say that you love, that love you, make sure y'all reaching out to them. This is something that I try to do every day. If y'all don't know, like a little personal. Every day, I got this daily bread book. Our daily bread. I ain't been to church in years, but our daily breads. My grandma used to send me when I was in boot camp. And when I went to Japan, I was over in Japan for 2 years. She sent me one every couple of months when the new one was dropping. She would mail it to me in Japan. And as time went on, I went away from it. But once at my job, I started seeing them again. So I told them, my mom and grandma, like, we don't all have the best relationship together as a family like we used to. So I want to, like, as far as keeping close with God and making sure I'm reaching out to them every day, I read to them every day. I try to read to them every day. Like, I know we might miss a couple of days, but majority of the time, I read to them just so we get that little bond in for the day. And like I said, man, watch over your people, man. Protect your people. Love them. If you love them, reach out to them. Let them know that you love them. Let everybody that you say you love, let them feel that love when you're around them. I'm practicing when I'm preaching because, like I said, the way that life goes at time, man, I've been stressed out. I get around my family. I get around my girl, my daughter and stuff. And I'm not in the best of moods. Like, I'm just off in the days because I be stressed out just from living, just life. Like, life is stressful at times, but it's certain things that we have to do and we have to be willing to give up to get to that promised land, to that positive side, that we can put all this bullshit behind us. So like I said, y'all, love your people, reach out to them, and let them know, let them feel that love, man. Like I said, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to this episode 17 on YouTube. Michi from the Midwest Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all still getting to 100 subscribers. I know I've been lacking on that. I know I'm myself just chilling, man. I got the perfect setup that I want, but it's a lot of stuff that need to be put in place. I want to get certain stuff to make that happen. But until then, I'm gonna continue putting out that content. And like I said, man, I hope y'all jump on this stock market game. As y'all start seeing my progress, I know people gonna start reaching out even more. I've had a couple of people reach out to me, not many, but like I said, as they start seeing your growth, when that money starts saying 100K or some shit, motherfuckers are like, okay, let me lock in and see what bro's talking about. I'm not selling shit. I'm just dropping game. I know a lot of people like salute to the word that charge because they got more knowledge, they got more experience. But I'm just going off the basics of what I'm learning from them, that you don't have to go invest and do all that. But you can start off as small investing and work your way up to something. And once you start seeing that bread come in, you'll start looking at a job like, damn, do I need to be working 8 hours? I can get a part-time and be stacking money up with the stock game. And sooner or later, 5 to 10 years, I could be done with work and be working for myself. By that time, you have figured out what you want to do with your life, what type of business you want to run. So you can set your own hours, man. That's all it's about, is having your own, not having to work for the rest of your life for a company that's not working for you. They paying you, they helping you pay your bills, but once you retire from there, they're gonna replace you with the next person that fits that position. So again, man, thank y'all for tuning in to the Music from the Midwest podcast. I'll catch y'all next week.